Welcome back, good people, to the Kingly Conversations podcast, man. Again, just thanks everybody for listening in every single week, or if you don't listen in every single week, just thanks for listening in. You know, we've got a plethora of topics that we're going to keep bringing to you. And of course, some of them, you know, we're going to stray towards the controversial here in a little while, I'm sure, because, you know, we got to stray towards the controversial. But as always, you can hear us anywhere and everywhere you listen to podcasts. It does look like right now our Spotify count is up, though, so I'm excited about that.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully we show up in some people's, you know, not this year, well, in the end of this year, we'll show up in some people's Spotify most listened to playlists. That'll be dope. But even if not, man, wherever you listen to podcasts, even if you're listening on a desktop computer,
we see you. Thank you.
we see you out there in these desktop streets.
Why y'all gonna shout out the desktop?
For sure, man. Because they need love too, man.
Desktops need love too, man.
Desktop
to it.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. We're gonna put that on.
So listen, hey, so listen, my name is Alan, as it is every single week.
Yeah, it's your boy Twine, also known as Twine. Ask me about my podcast. You know what I mean? We in here. I got energy today. What's going on, fellas? Who are you?
Your friend, your mentor, Calvin D. Hill. Hey, you can take all you can take all of it today. Y'all gonna take all day.
Oh man, let's get into it, man. So what's the topic for today, fellas?
So the topic, apparently I came up with it, but I don't remember doing it, is how has your spouse?
Okay, we're doing that one.
Okay.
That's what we said. Isn't that what we said?
We did.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
We did.
How's your spouse rubbed off on you? And or significant other. Maybe you don't have a spouse.
True.
It really could be how has the
future.
people you spend the most time with rubbed off on the you.
I like it. Calvin?
So, and I'll tell you where
joking.
really where this came from is it comes from a something I learned a long time ago, which was that you will become the average of the 5 people that you associate with the most. You know, the way you walk, the way you talk, how you dress, what you believe will be in line with the 5 people that you associate with the most. Doesn't mean that everything that you think or believe or do, but generally speaking, you will start to become like each other in that close circle.
Yeah, and I think with my spouse, my wife she made me soft. she
Drop the bomb on that one. Can I get a bomb drop?
Soft.
Bam, 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 bam.
I mean, that might be a good thing. That might actually not be an issue, but okay, go ahead.
It is an issue. It is an issue.
Because you want it to
Makes
be an
me
issue.
feel all tingly inside.
feel tingly on the inside. No, but
Terrible.
Yeah, man. Especially coming from military background. I mean, really, no. She tapered me, like calmed me down, even in high school, because I was that goon. And my lovely wife, the angel she is.
We ain't doing that.
No, man, really, a lot of my compassion, a lot of my sensitivity now is because of her. It's really not my own, because I, to be quite honest, I would want to be a little meaner than what I am. I'm nice because of my wife. I'm just being honest with y'all. A lot of people don't like to hear that, but it's the truth. Gotcha. I'm nice, and she worked wonders.
Gotcha. Well,
thank God for her.
Hey, what's up, Angie? How you doing? I hope you're listening. Are you listening on the desktop?
Back to the desktop.
That's the thing today. But I will say that Ashley has rubbed off on me in a major way. And one thing that she does do is she helps me see who I truly am, because even in our own mind, I would think that I'm open-minded.
Mm-hmm.
And she has shown me
You're not open.
that I am not open-minded. I used to be narrow-minded, and she helped me see that off the top. I was like, yo, you are very judgmental. She put a mirror in front of my face, like, this is who you really are. Because I'm out here thinking, yeah, this is how it's supposed to be. No, bruh.
It is how it's supposed to be.
No,
That's funny.
nah, bruh. So I think with Ashley, she helped me, and she still helps me with a lot of the things that that I turn a blind eye to myself, because we like to think that we're better than what we are, but actuality, the reality is that we're not. We are not. No, not all of us, but for me in particular, I can say that I learned what I was, and that allowed me to change who I am. Drop a bomb on that one for me, baby.
Ugh. Word.
All right. Alan. Uh-oh. Here it comes.
No, I mean,
He said, I'm good. I'm good.
I mean,
What's the issue here?
well, here's always my thing, right? Like, so in our instance, I knew anyway. So it wasn't like in terms of my spouse, I had known her for years.
Yeah.
And so, there wasn't even an opportunity to not be who you were. So I knew what I was getting into when I got into it, right? So I already knew that there were things that, so in terms of her rubbing off on me, it would probably be more in the realm of philanthropy, giving back to the community and so forth, because that's where her heart is, mostly for the kids. But that would be where she has rubbed off on me for sure. Because my mindset was, for a long time was, and is just so you can just take some of your money and throw that at the issue, because I know me, and I know that it's difficult for me to, especially as an introvert, I don't want to be bothered with people like 87.2% of the time.
87.2.
I mean, that really is the truth. I don't want to be bothered with people most of the time. So, but I never had I really thought about. I mean, this was very early on. Even before we got married, she had already fostered one child, and so we were talking about fostering and adopting and whatnot. At that point, it wasn't even something that I had even considered prior to that. So for the most part, we were already, I won't say in lockstep, but the major things we were already kind of equally focused in that direction anyway. So it wasn't. I didn't have a lot of rough. I'd already smoothed a lot of my rough edges, and then life had smoothed some of her rough edges. So, we didn't have to come together and smooth. If anything, we have probably. I won't say made each other worse.
What?
But listen, I will tell you this.
Lord,
I will tell you this. I didn't even know that I had this on the inside, right? But the very first time I felt like somebody disrespected my spouse, my mindset was scorched earth. like you do not deserve to exist. Oh, wow. Go away. You do not get to disrespect this person. But I didn't know that was there.
Okay.
So now you know.
All right, now you know what's there.
That's why I'm like, you gotta make sure you pop the trunk on people sometimes.
Oh Lord.
I don't know what he's talking about, ladies and gentlemen.
You gonna put disclaimer?
I'm a Christian, man. I don't.
Oh, whatever.
but so that but I didn't even know that was so. If anything, I didn't even know that was there. But now it's just
okay.
I know that I can about that one. I can certainly get angry at the drop of a hat.
Got it. So you actually got into some of the things that you like. What are the things that you observed for yourself personally that your wife has rubbed off on you that has affected you? Could you get specific?
My patience. Well, I can only use the biggest area that, and I know Andrew, it's nobody but her, is my patience has gotten a lot better. I'm slow to make a decision on how to execute judgment.
I can't.
Well, because this is why. And dealing with teenagers, she's helped me approach it with more compassion.
Okay.
Rather than, like I said, execute judgment. You didn't do it. These are the results. Good day, sir. You lose.
Good job.
All right, Willy Wonka.
Yeah, that's you lose. These are the rules. You didn't follow the rules. You lose.
All right.
Good day.
Good day.
Good day.
Good day, sir.
But that's me.
Have your candy back.
Yeah, that's me. I'm like that. And okay, you didn't. There's a cup on the counter. You didn't clean the kitchen. Good day, sir. Good night. Go to bed. And just like, no, that's too extreme, Calvin. You can't. You
5 o'clock in the afternoon. Go to bed.
You should have cleaned the kitchen.
Yeah.
But I'm like that. She's
Gotcha.
not. So she's taught me, hey, okay, at least the punishment has to match the offense.
I've had plenty of those conversations.
You can't go to 1,000 because you got a dirty dish or whatever else. Whatever. She's like that. I'm not. Because I said these are the rules. So the rule should be. It's like that grace and mercy. Okay, for my religious folk, it's that grace and mercy thing. It's like she's the mercy. My grace was when I told you what to do, and I gave you the instructions.
That was your chance. That was your grace.
I gave you the instructions. I even wrote them down. So if you didn't follow them, then I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do.
Okay.
But yeah, man, she helped me with that a lot, and that has rolled over into other areas like over the years, man. So I'm really a night and day person from where I was when we first got together. So
Progress, man.
It's huge progress,
and it's never ending. Alan, other than being infuriated if somebody disrespects your wife or looks at her wrong, what other things?
I'm read them on that one.
What do you have in mind? Go ahead.
I don't know, man.
Okay.
I really don't.
Must be nice.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, right? So, and this is
That's not a
not
bad
to,
thing. That's not a bad thing.
It's the fact, because you got to think about it. I had to, because for those that, well, I won't tell that story, but I had to work on myself anyway for a long time. For various reasons.
So it wasn't really her.
It wasn't. So I can't. So it's tough for me to differentiate. Was it this or was it this? Because my mindset is always, I need to get 1% better, 2%, whatever it is, 0.5% better every day. Whatever that is, I want to get better every day. Whether that's a better spouse, a better friend. Because half the time unless people enjoy texting, I'm probably a terrible. Because yeah, you can call. But if you call, I might be in the bathroom. I don't answer the phone when I'm in the bathroom. Some people answer the phone in bed. I don't answer the phone when I'm in the bathroom. Or I might be on my favorite verse of my favorite song. And then I'll forget to call you back. Because something else will happen, and then next thing you know, and then I'm like, oh man, they called me. I look at the call log. Oh, it was last week. Do it all the time. So but that's why I prefer text most of the time anyway. But anyway, I said all that to say that I forgot what I was talking about.
All right. Moving on.
So I got a question.
Getting better.
Before we keep going, but can we flip it and say, how do we think, and we're giving our own opinion, how do we think we rubbed off on our spouse?
I mean, we could, but
that's not safe. No,
I gotta go home, man.
Okay,
but it's trying to set me up out here in these streets,
it's not that
man.
bad. It's not that bad, but you okay. The same.
the problem is, they would have to answer that question.
Yeah, they would definitely have to
okay, we'll let them.
It'd have to be a question that they answer.
I will have to phone a friend on that one, my guy.
Okay.
Yeah, so because I don't want to
tell
what
their
you
part
think. Of the story. Yeah, of their perspective. Yeah, of their perspective. But just as real quick in regards of the changes that I have observed, I will say that kind of like Calvin, man. I hate to sound repetitive, but compassion, patience, understanding, and I'll add. I mentioned before being more open minded to things that I didn't know about or didn't have knowledge of.
You think she made you soft?
I think no. I wouldn't say soft.
You're not that same killer. That
Oh,
same,
don't put. Hey, I ain't no
I ain't a killer, but don't push
Don't
me.
you push me, man. Hey man,
I
don't make me grip my teeth.
Yeah, I don't have.
Let me do it, man.
But other than when it comes to my wife, I don't have that aggression. I don't have that.
The anger or aggression? Like
Which
A little bit of both. A little bit of both.
I still have all of that.
I don't. Well, I don't think I do because I haven't had.
Okay.
I haven't been in a situation where I had to display it.
Oh well, it's a time and a place for everything for me. So I guess I've learned through Ashley rubbing off on me how to control it and how to use it as necessary.
So,
Because it's something like Alan said, if somebody does something disrespectful, it's on like popcorn.
Right.
Over
right.
Redenbacher.
Right.
I mean, at this point, these like I am typically, aside from one or two things, slow to anger. The problem though is once I get there, all bets are off.
Oh Lord.
Like it because by that time I have already dealt with I said okay. Kind of like you slapping people around at work.
I don't slap people at work.
I don't slap people at work.
Y'all need to listen to the podcast. I need y'all to
roll
find
the tapes
that
back.
podcast. Yeah,
But
roll the tape back.
But other than because usually it's like okay, I told this happened. Okay, this happened. But I will say that I don't really tolerate people disrespecting my spouse. And I don't tolerate, because as a supervisor, I don't tolerate people disrespecting my staff either. Right. So I will go to bat for, and I guess what it is disrespect. Like I don't see a need for it. If somebody said this is a boundary and you decided you were a habitual line stepper, then you need to get chin checked. That's how I look at it.
But see, to me, it's training techniques.
Okay, whatever.
Teach
no,
it's training
not doing
techniques.
it. I had a conversation with Ashley last night. Because when certain things happen, my mindset goes to battle mode, and she has to remind me, say, "Hey, you know we're not at war right now, right?" And I'm like, "Okay, yeah." I guess.
But we are.
So
but we are at war.
I know, right? So that's one of the things I definitely observed that she helped me with, because especially with children. Like I've always been like very militant, and if I find anything out of place, out of line of you coming out your mouth sideways, then there was no gray area. But now I've learned, with dealing with children, not only children, but people in general, everybody's different, and you have to like move accordingly. You can't treat everybody the same. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's one of the things I think she's helped me with that I've observed. Dealing with kids has definitely been something that I've struggled with, because I don't play no games, cuz.
I mean, once we, and I think that's where I will certainly pick up a lot of cues, because I've never had any children. I've never dealt with, but Janina's been in early childhood education pretty much her entire life. So I'm sure that once we get there, that's where I'm going to be taking not a back seat, but like, okay, let me see. Okay, that's how you do that. Okay, yep, that's how you get the best response. Okay, yep, yeah, okay. Because I'm always trying to learn.
But see, that's the thing with you, that I think a lot of people don't have the desire to want to learn and be better. Like, because if just, on the flip side, if somebody did have a significant other or a spouse, whatever, a girlfriend that was like that, and they were like they weren't open-minded to it, then you would miss that train. So shout out for you for being observant, my guy.
I try to be. I try to be, man. I mean, I feel like even when I watch shows, like I feel like, and I've said it on the podcast, that the vast majority of our issues comes from either not paying attention or lack of communication.
Oh, that's a big one.
Like
communication.
I mean, if you look at most situations, if somebody had said something either early or at all, then you could avoid a lot of tension.
A whole lot of tension. Okay.
Calvin, you mentioned something with the kids, so I'm not going to ask you that question.
What?
You already touched bases on it. No,
Well,
seriously, because he
because
talked
it's
about Angie helping him with the
patience.
teens and patience and things of that nature. Yeah,
Yeah,
so.
that was the big thing. She gave me more compassion and how to deal with it a little gentler.
Yeah,
Than just everything ain't got to be that extreme.
Gotcha.
I understand. I'm looking for results.
I'm looking for results.
I beg to differ.
I'm looking for results.
What did you day? I have. Sorry to cut you. About to say something?
No, go ahead.
So another thing that my significant other has helped me with is my dress code. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it out there, because prior to me, I didn't care. I will be out here in these streets looking a hot mess. I was 20-something years old dressing like I was 80.
Well,
you had the jacket with the elbow patches.
the members only coat.
Man, worse than that, man. I was out here and let's just move on.
Well,
Let's just
Well,
move on.
and maybe I would probably say that's probably, now that you say that, that's probably also true to some extent, because I'm certainly, because of my wife, more adventurous in my clothing choices.
Let me say this, okay? She has helped me care about how I dress.
Oh, I mean, I always cared though. I did always care.
But see, for me, if it
You was
didn't
just
match,
like-
I'm doing whatever.
Yeah, I understand that. Well, that's 'cause you
I
was so
wasn't
aggressive,
concerned.
man.
I wasn't concerned about how people perceived what I wore.
I understand,
if
'cause-
that makes sense.
Because you was
Yeah.
like, can they beat me though?
Yeah. Can they beat me though? No, I had a.
Can you bend that bar? I'm just joking.
I had a level of consciousness of how I dress. I always wanted to look appropriate. I never had
Watch this.
a style. I never had a certain look until lately. But Andrew didn't do it. She's
I know
not
she
the big.
didn't.
She's not the big
I know who did, though.
dresser. Who's that?
I know
Who's
who
that?
did though.
Who's that?
You better hold yourself presentable.
Yeah. That was always the thing. That was always, have a belt on. Don't have your butt hanging out.
Yeah.
I was always raised that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't be out here with holes in your stuff.
Yeah.
Make sure you look clean. Wear clean clothes.
Mm-hmm.
It don't have to be like top dollar or whatever, but make sure it's clean. Make sure you have it fitted properly. Don't be out here looking crazy. It was always that. It would never had the style and the finesse to it. You know what I mean?
Don't be out here
wanna know?
shaming me.
Yeah,
Well,
no, I didn't get none of that. But what I did get was, you better have clean drawers on, because if you get into an accident,
I didn't even get that. I don't remember. If I did, I don't remember getting that one.
Hey, look, I didn't just start dressing until after. It wasn't too long after we started the podcast. It wasn't too long after that, because it's just something changed in my mind that I need to look a little bit more.
yeah. But see,
Oh, I know what it was. It was some kids joking me.
Hey,
I know
kids
what it
are
was.
ruthless, man.
I know what it was. Cause they were like, because they got on my Timbs, they got on my boots. I wear the same.
You had them
boots.
tied? You had them tied too, didn't you?
No, I had them the way I keep them, the boots.
But I understand that, but you had them tied up though.
No, I had them with just the little small little ends out hanging,
Well,
tied at the
fashion over there. I'm
but
listening.
but I only had the same Timbs. I wouldn't wear anything else. I would wear the same boots. They clean. They don't. They taken care of.
I've had them for 19 years.
Yeah, but I wouldn't buy new shoes
Because they work. Why would
Yeah,
you?
they work. Why would I? They let me have it. Coach, you can't be out here. I'm about to break your ankles. Shut up. I got boots on. You can't.
You still
Yeah,
care,
man. Yeah. So I had to dress a little bit more. It's gotten better. I've gotten a lot better.
I got you. But see, for me, it was always hand-me-downs. So it wasn't really like, this is the latest fashion. It was like, this is what you got. So for me, it didn't mean anything. Like Jordans and things that. I remember somebody, shout out to El Shan, he bought me some Jordans, man, and I totally disrespected those Jordans because I didn't, at the time, they were just shoes. I didn't know the specifics of how Jordans were supposed to be worn, so they got demolished.
I have never owned a pair of Jordans.
I've owned two pair.
I've owned one
I had them the
pair,
same time,
but they
but-
were given to me as a gift.
Okay.
I bought, because my parents weren't, of course, buying Jordans. but I bought my Jordans in '99. I bought the Carolina white and blues, and I had the Bulls black and reds at the time.
Those are classics.
Yeah, I had both. I had both pair at the same time. So,
Oh wow.
I don't know about all that.
You was working. You got them
I was
yourself?
working. Yeah, I mean, I've been working in
that
some
change.
capacity at least since I was like 15. So,
We straight.
Hey y'all, after the podcast, let's go buy some Jordans, man. Just
No, I'm
randomly.
not.
Let's
I'm not-
do
I'm
it. Let's
not-
go
I'm
do
not-
it. Let's
I'm
do
not
something
buying that
spontaneous.
I'm not buying that.
They got the new ones out, the fuchsia ones with the purple stripes and the.
That ain't on my calendar.
Okay, that ain't no.
I mean, now don't get me. Here's the thing.
What time is it?
like
That ain't on
because of how long I keep shoes now versus when I was younger.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have a problem buying a pair because it's not like if I was going to buy a pair of $200 or $300 dress shoes, nobody would bat an eye at that. Like if I wanted to go out and get some Ferragamos or some Santinis or something like that, nobody's going to say, "Oh, why would you pay that much for a pair of dress shoes?" Because I got a pair of Adidas in my closet right now. It's still clean, still nice. 3 years old
Remind me to ask you
that I wear all the time.
Remind me to ask you after the podcast what that is, so we can get back on this.
Oh, Ferragamos or Santini. Oh, let me post some.
Oh yeah.
Let's move on and get back to
Okay,
subject.
so I do have a question. Alan, you touched on it already, or you touched bases on it already, where you say that you think that Janine rubbed off on you in a wrong way. I don't want to say in the wrong way, but in a way that you thought was like maybe that's not so good as far as being the infuriated husband with the laser.
I didn't say it wasn't good. I mean, it just depends on. I mean, because my thing, my thing is, I don't know that I have I don't have a problem with necessary and directed aggression.
Okay.
You know,
Back. Strong back. Got a strong back.
no, because I don't see it as a problem. Some people may see it as a problem if somebody makes you more aggressive in it. But again, it's
Because
usually about them, not about. It's not directed towards anybody but the offender.
Because when you first mentioned it, I heard the energy that was coming behind what you were saying.
Yeah, so one of the first times, and for me, it's really sometimes unfortunate because it can be the smallest thing, but it also lets me know that I must continue to work on my disposition, if you will, because dude just got in her way. Like we were walking into a Walmart. My man walks through the wrong door.
He reliving it.
He walked out the exit.
Get him.
You feel that energy, y'all?
Which is already a pet peeve of mine. Like, go in the in and out the out, my guy. So he walks out the in and then like cuts her off because I'm behind her. So she like cuts her off, and I'm just thinking to myself, "Yo, what?"
He trying to get into the out now.
Oh, please don't do it.
No, he was trying to get out the in. And here's the problem. So now, for those that don't know, stuff like that already bothers me. Anyway, like it just bothers me. Like Sam's Club gas station. Not that I get gas anymore that often, but Sam's Club gas station, they have a specific way that you are supposed to go through the pumps. So when I see somebody in there backwards, I'm just like,
oh, wow.
Thou fool.
Wow.
What art thou doing?
That's crazy.
There were instructions. And see, which is weird because it's weird that this doesn't bother Calvin because he the one that was structure and discipline in the house. But there are lines on the ground for a reason. It is to promote unity and order at the gas station. Okay. So for you to come drive up in the opposite direction,
ladies and gentlemen. Last thing before we
so when he walked out that indoor, it was already a problem, and then you cut it off.
Okay, moving on.
The queen of the house.
Oh Lord, go ahead.
So yes, I was upset. Yes, I was upset about it. I was upset about it.
Throwing molten salt on my shoes.
That was the first time. That was the first time I remember.
Do y'all like, from what we discussed and what we talked about, do y'all like the changes that you noticed?
Yeah.
I already know your answer.
No, he don't like the changes because he think he's supposed to be
So you can't be hard all the time, man.
He out here want to tote knives and guns everywhere or something.
It's too early for this. On bacon? Go ahead, say it. Yes or no? Go ahead and say yes. Go ahead and say yes.
Silence can never be misunderstood.
Oh, no. Today it certainly can.
Hey.
It can't be misquoted,
Silence
but
can never be misquoted.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and answer the question and say yes. I do like the changes, even though sometimes I internally battle with it because, you know, the history of the repetitiveness of things that's been done in a completely opposite way. So I like it. It's not easy, but I take it as it is. All right. Speaking of schedule and timing, I think Calvin has run over his time limit for today. So any closing thoughts for today?
It ain't that I don't like the change. It's a new thing. I'm still work. No, it's not uncomfortable. I'm working at it. Okay. I'm developing. I'm getting accustomed to being a little more compassionate.
Gotcha.
And it rolls over to other areas of life, which I like my boundaries.
Alan?
I mean, I ain't got no problem with it. You know, I mean, my thing is you are who you are. Keep working on who you are. I got no issues with who I am or who I am becoming as it is now. I mean, and again, but I think part of that reason for me is because I have, for some time, been a person that believes that we should all be working on ourselves anyway. Like we should be in a constant state of motion towards whatever is the ultimate version of you that you see and you desire. So that's the reason why I go to the gym. It's the reason why I read. It's the reason why I try to not outwardly demonstrate my sometimes inward rage.
Smash.
You know, so it's because every situation, like the guy walking out the door, does not necessarily mean I need to blow up the entire store of Walmart.
That is true. You don't need to scorch the earth. There has to be a measured response type of thing. So, so no, I don't have. I got no issues with the direction that we're going. Hey, I just want to say shout out to those family members, loved ones, significant others, whatever you want, whoever's close and dear to you that's been given a positive influence on you to make changes and see things differently outside your bubble. So shout out to y'all, man. Thank you. Ashley, love you. Hey, Angie, how y'all doing? Janine. Other than that, man, that's all I got, man. Y'all stay up.
We'll see y'all next week.
Yeah.